It's the Rundown. It's Wednesday. It's August 29th. Brought to you by MGM Springfield. I love the logo. First of its kind casino in the middle of town. I love how they're saying that. The middle of town, not middle of... I mean, Springfield's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's the middle
It's kind of a tough sell.
It's in the middle of Springfield,
But
I
that's
guess.
yeah, I mean, some of the other places, it's literally the only thing there, right?
Well, I guess like Mohegan and Foxwoods are literally in the middle of nowhere.
Only thing,
Isn't
yeah.
that Basketball Hall of Fame?
Yeah, and it's like... Yeah, and it's close to UMass. But the way they... What, no, Cole? You're shaking your head. 30 minutes, that's close.
For like
All
a
right.
casino trip, absolutely.
I mean, it's Springfield. It's not the Boondocks of like Mohegan. It's closer. We get it. Everyone gets it. It's the first. It's the perfect.
We were the ones who argued against that and then came back to it.
Well,
We said no, and then we're like, yes.
no.
it
Well,
is.
I mean, it's like they're making it in the middle. It's in the middle of town, meaning Springfield.
Not the middle
The
of nowhere.
ad copy's not great.
No, it makes sense. It's not the middle of nowhere.
Right. It should that you don't. All right. It should say it's not in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
The middle of town,
Town makes it
part
sound like
makes
it's like in the
no
middle of
sense.
Manhattan or something.
Correct.
Yeah.
It should just say it's not in the middle of nowhere,
Not in the middle of nowhere.
which is true.
The middle of somewhere.
But it's making it sound like it's in the middle of Springfield, which does not really matter if you're going to Springfield.
Right.
It could be anywhere in Springfield. We'd be happy. MGM Grand, Springfield. Aaron Rodgers. Oh, I do kind of need Tommy. Aaron Rodgers signed a big contract.
We need Tommy.
Well, I need Tommy to hand the mic to Casey.
Well, we can get somebody to hand
Can
the
someone
mic.
talk to Casey? Because I don't care about this deal,
Casey's
but
gassed
Casey
up.
will not shut up about it. So,
First
Casey,
of all, Kevin and Hubs were back here mind blown over it too. You just didn't hear them talking about
Hubs
it.
didn't seem mind blown at all.
Hubs has been repeating it over and over
No,
back
there was a
here.
discussion. Although I was.
He's like one of the best quarterbacks in the game. He got a shit
He's
ton
getting
of money.
he's
Well,
getting $80 million before
that's a
St.
lot.
Patrick's
Their
Day.
cap. They're probably not gonna be able to sign
80 million.
They're gonna go down.
80 million in under a year is a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, well, these guys all make a lot of money.
I
But
mean,
not
I've
that
just never heard of
fast.
80 million.
What?
That's what we
in
were
9
talking
months.
about, how fast he's getting it.
But here's the thing. With
He gets
every
four-
Single,
Who
That's just what we were
cares?
discussing
Yeah,
back here
keep the
about
bar
that.
every single new quarterback gets a contract that everyone says, wow.
Yeah, but
Flacco's
the
was wow. Cutlers was wow. Stafford's wow. Like,
Wow.
Everyone's wow.
no,
But
but,
you
I
don't
mean,
think-
this
The
is
next one will be
a
wow.
a
But
Ravel
the 80
like
million
wet dream.
by March is
Yeah.
not normal.
When you're getting $400,000 a
But
day,
it keeps
till
happening.
St. Patrick's
Like
Day,
you
that's
can't
big.
get over it.
I can't. We're all talking about how you get
I
$400,000.
walked away from you. You're like, can you believe it?
$400,000 for the next 200 days is
Wait,
insane,
but is that
Dave.
with taxes or not?
I don't know that.
Well, it makes a difference.
Casey, newsflash, like pro athletes make a shit ton of money.
That
is-
fast.
yo,
$80 million
a year is a
before
lot.
March is not
That's
normal.
For
a
Aaron
life.
Rodgers, it's nothing. I
I
mean,
mean, for anybody, that's like
Well,
Ronaldo
yeah.
money. Like that's like that's
he's Aaron-
nobody
but-
in American sports ever makes $80 million
Yeah, but what
in
is
1
he
year.
making after that?
Right, but I'm saying the 80 million is what's crazy. That
Thank
is-
you.
just
that is
upfront,
That's
you
the
mean?
only thing we were talking about back here.
Have you-
The
have you ever heard of
guaranteed
anyone else
money
making
is
80
not
million in a
crazy.
year?
you could have literally been like, they're giving him like a gazillion. It's nothing shocks me with like.
$400,000 a day for 200 days in a row is a lot of money.
Yeah, but you can do that with like Justin Bieber. Every second he sings, he makes like 175.
We're not talking
grand.
about Justin Bieber.
Well,
We're
but
talking about
you-
professional athletes.
Yeah, but you do that. Extrapolate how every game they play home runs. Bobby Bonilla, he's still. I don't know.
Aaron Ravel shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I like the
Alex
Ravel shit.
Rodriguez is
All right,
getting.
fine.
Yeah,
Casey,
no, that's cool.
Casey, Darren, Ravel,
Listen, not
Smith.
everybody's fucking rich like you.
Shout out Darren Ravel. Gave me a nice plug today on the One Bite app.
That video he made,
A little bit of that Barstool dick.
him fucking sweating at the
Does.
U.S. Open
You
was
know, we said this a
disgusting.
million times. He does.
You want that
He wants that
Barstool dick,
Barstool
Ravel.
I'd do a pizza review with him,
how many
Darren.
times
He's some fun.
is
Good
he
job.
gonna post that
Thank you,
picture
Dave.
of the fat like pizza man and tag you.
I've said
he
this
does it
before.
like once a year.
Ravel,
Come
like,
on the show, man.
Ravel has it perfect because he gets associated with us and he gets to like dunk on me or whatever, do the jokes. But then the part we don't see is when PFT does the whoops at
And he
the
That was
and he
low.
cries about it.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
yeah,
come on,
yeah.
dude.
PFT did him dirty
Yeah,
on
but
national
he does,
TV.
He does them dirty.
He comes at me like all the time. I'm
Well,
just like,
you
whatever.
made him wear a squid hat.
Yeah, I
He-
know.
well,
No,
that
look,
was
I
the
like
punishment.
Darren. I actually like
He lost
him.
the game. You don't want to wear the squid hat, win the game. You didn't make him
I
do
like
anything.
listen,
Darren. I
Darren's
like
on my-
Ravel. I think he's funny.
I love Ravel.
He's just like constantly being like, oh, Ravel's dunking on. Like he's just Ravel. Like he's,
I
he's
like
a
it.
good guy
See,
to have around.
I love his whole shtick. I like that stuff. $400,000 a day.
But when
till St.
PFT does
Patrick's
that
Day.
to him, he can't. He
You gotta be
can't,
able to
like,
take it.
get upset.
Hey,
You
you
can dish it, you gotta
retweet
take
the One Bite app. He's on my good side right now. Tommy John, my dad's underwear. TommyJohn.com.
Wait, were we done with Rodgers? That was just a debate about how much
He just
money
wanted
he
to
made
make
today?
fun of Casey. That was it.
Too much money for him.
That was not making fun. It was a big deal, and Casey seemed like she thought it was a huge subject, so I brought her into the loop. I don't
Everybody
care.
was talking about it.
Does
and I
who's
mentioned
everybody?
it
that
to
count
you.
against the
When it-
cap?
I don't know what
Like
the
normal?
NFL cap is like. Such a
Yeah, it makes
joke.
no sense.
You were just
Right.
in there.
So you think it's too much money?
No, I don't think it's too much money. It's normal. It's the fact that he's making that much up front that is crazy. I
So
don't
it's-
understand
well,
why
you
you
just
don't
said
get what I'm
normal.
saying.
Let's see if Rodgers can stay healthy for a season.
You
Okay.
just says normal.
Yo, honestly, collarbone problems are very
Shit
chronic.
is-
That's-
he's-
you have a third collarbone injury after signing a contract like that.
Aaron Rodgers goes to sleep at night, has nightmares of Shea McClellan. That's a
We
name
good now?
drop.
Watching one
He
of
was
my
on the
favorite
Patriots
things.
for a little bit.
Watching you try to spin zone Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I
is
mean, I
always
did-
very
listen,
funny.
I know.
Remember
he's the
that
best
game
quarterback.
that we were on the road for?
Yes, I do.
It was like
Yes, we spent a Sunday night in. It was Arizona State. It was Sunday Night Football.
Oh.
The Packers were up like 49-0 after the first half, and Hank and Dave literally just sat there laughing directly in my face.
that was something.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. Wasn't fun. Aaron Rodgers
Tommy's
fucking
back.
owns me.
Oh, hey,
Hey, want
it's
to get your
superstar.
coffee?
Yeah. Hey, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy! There he is.
Attaboy.
Tommy Two Shows.
Thank you.
Did you hear Tommy yesterday on Evening Yak? He was like, every boy Dave touches becomes a star.
That's not what I came off the wrong way.
That's not great messaging. The optics, the wording. Not
Tommy
great.
filled in for a piece review yesterday, did a spectacular job, showed more attention to detail than Frankie has in 6 months.
Woo!
Frankie does great work.
Oh,
There was a moment when he came back into radio that he was like, I maybe didn't record it at all, and I was
Well,
praying
just the SIM card is
so
very
hard. He thought that it wasn't on the
complicated,
SIM
but
card for a second. That would have been, I mean,
amazing.
The sparks, the fireworks from that would have been incredible.
Tommy John, TommyJohn.com.
Tommy.
Everywhere.
TommyJohn.com/rundown. You get 20% off. Tommy John obsesses over every little detail and
Biggest
stitch.
asshole in the
My
world.
dad loves Tommy John. Their men's and women's underwear have no wedgie guarantee. What does that mean? What happens if you
Oh
get
wait,
wedgied?
You get your money
Mr.
back.
Portnoy figured out his dick situation with these underwears?
I love Tommy John.
Yeah, he had that problem.
I don't like
All
talking
Tommy
about- I
John
don't like talking about your
underwear
father's dick.
is also
He does.
backed.
Makes me
it's-
uncomfortable.
Everyone has a dick, Kevin, or at least half of us do.
All Tommy John underwear is also backed by their best pair you'll ever wear. It's free guarantee. Guarantees on top of guarantees. Great
What,
pairs,
honestly,
no wedgie.
what if I'm gonna call him and be like, I got a wedgie today?
I think
Do
they
something about
I
it.
think they refund you probably.
You should just say your dad was peeing on himself and Tommy John saved his life.
Ohio State, more documents came out today.
I'm gonna get a text for that. I'm getting a text for that. That's a guaranteed text.
More documents came out today. It turns out the guy, who's the main guy there,
Zach Smith.
was going to a strip club with Tom Herman, $600. He's obviously now the Texas coach. To me, that's who cares. You're
Yeah.
doing recruits. That's nothing. I will say,
Well, it's a little something because I guess Urban Meyer made all his coaches sign like a morality clause or something, which is so Urban Meyer.
What
Yeah.
a joke.
Yeah, right. So I guess it's like kind of something because
College football is like the least moral
Right.
thing in the world.
Urban Meyer's the least moral human who's ever lived.
Yeah. Institutional chaos.
ever.
He basically is complicit. He's been complicit in everything from murder to racism to domestic violence. Everything. You name
He's
it.
got a bad memory though.
If
so.
there's a major crime, he knows about it and has said nothing about it.
He's probably fucking deleting texts about Darfur right now.
He's a vicious human. But he got a call, I guess, before this all broke from his agent, and they basically went and deleted his phone. I mean, this guy.
And he got
well,
the
the
you up
amount
text.
of documents
Right.
that are going to keep coming out too. I have a tip of the iceberg.
It's sad that he's still coaching, and
I
again,
knew that, by the way. You guys all fucking laughed at me. There was no chance.
No,
he was
I
gonna
said-
be
I
right.
said there was
thought
no
Ohio
chance.
had a shredded dignity. That
No, I
day.
said there was no chance.
No, Ohio's a disgrace. The U.S. Open, and again, we will continue to fight for all sorts of rights. But this U.S. female, this women's tennis player at the U.S. Open, she had her shirt on backwards. It's hot. She just quickly turned it around, and she got hit with a code violation, which I think is a warning the first time. Second time, a point. I asked Hubs about that. Now, this is, of all this stuff, this is blatant sexism.
Yes.
because the
Djokovic
men.
popped his top off.
The
Right.
men can take their shirts off and the women can't. She has sports bra. It's not like her titties are
Sports
flopping in
bra
the wind.
is like it's not even it's another level up from like a bathing suit. It's like
You could wear a
it's like
sports bra, like a shirt.
naked bathing suit, sports bra shirt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I don't know how the U.S. Open can have different rules. Or maybe it's not the U.S. Open. It's the WTA. And I don't know if that's directly.
It's disgusting.
I
to
hate
me.
to see it.
Yeah, it's gross.
It was that I can't stop thinking about that Rovell video from that too, with the sweat dripping off his face.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He wanted to talk about how hot it was, so he just did an Instagram and it said 105 degrees, and he just sat there like.
I mean,
his sweat was literally
Dan,
dripping.
do you
It
have
was
any interest?
disgusting.
Kevin's a lifelong New York scumbag, but do you have any interest in like the U.S. Open? That's a very
Zero.
New York event. I've had a lot of
Zero.
people.
When, didn't you?
No,
I
don't
can't
fuck
think
about
of-
that. I did. They asked us to talk to tennis players. Like,
yeah,
no.
someone. Yeah, Hank was like, "Do you guys
turns up in
want?"
Flushing for that?
Yeah,
Anytime somebody's aggressively asking you to deal with their players, that means you don't want to deal with them.
Hank was like, "Yeah, do you want media credentials?" I can't think of anything that I would want to do less than sit in 100-degree heat in
Yep.
Queens watching tennis.
Yeah.
Send
People-
Hubs.
You know what it is too, because
Hubs loves tennis.
Because it is like a who's who.
And Hubs will show up, be like, you know who I am.
Yeah, be like, "Hey, anyone need a quote
Let's
about
do it,
how we're
yeah.
not misogynistic?"
Let's do Barstool at tennis. All the fans can just come hang out with me.
Follow me on Twitter at Barstool Hubs.
Great opportunity for the fans of Barstool to
Yeah,
spend
I
time
get
with
recognized at the U.S. Open. I'm
Yeah.
Hubs.
Trump is in the news because we're doing the World Cup with Mexico. I have a problem with this in the first place. But Trump has pissed off soccer fans because he said soccer is the fastest growing sport. He also is like, we don't call it football.
We have won a very important event, the World Cup in 2026, and we'll be hosting it along with Mexico and Canada. And it's a very special event. I think it's probably certainly one of the biggest and maybe the biggest sporting event in the world. And soccer's come such a long way. Soccer is a game, I guess you call it football.
Yeah.
But over here, maybe at some point they'll change the name. I'm not sure.
Let's see.
But we'll see.
We can
But
negotiate that.
It's working. It's working very well either way.
I love it. I mean, again, whether you like Trump or don't, how can you not, unless you're like a soccer purist? But there's nothing that must
Well,
get
you're
under.
a footy fan. You're a
Yeah,
soccer
I love
purist.
soccer.
So what do you think of him?
Pogo Bonito.
He said that we might change to start calling it football.
I know. It's funny though to be like, oh, that's a cute little sport.
Also,
To
giving the
imply,
media the
like,
red
that
card.
They might change the name.
Yeah.
Is fucking ridiculous.
Also
Well,
to be
Trump
like-
can
Because
do
it
it.
is probably one of the fastest growing sports here.
Ah,
So that didn't kind of speak
lacrosse,
out of
ever
turn.
heard of it?
Lacrosse
Fastest-
and
fastest
soccer.
game on-
I've been
on-
hearing that. I'm
Correct.
41. Yeah.
Right,
for-
but you know what I mean? Like, he might have been thinking that, and that's what he said. But to say we're going to change the name. Oh,
I had a guy tell me rugby was the fastest growing sport. He sent me all this. He wanted me to buy a rugby team. They have a professional. It
Send
seems
them
like
my
something
way.
I know.
Yeah, I would have bought
every
it.
sport that sucks, somebody will tell
Yeah.
the biggest,
well,
the biggest
it's
growing.
because guess
fastest
what?
growing.
If one person plays it, you jump to two, you just doubled.
Double, yeah.
That's the fastest growing sport.
Yeah.
Mychal Kendricks, Browns linebacker, former Eagles, charged with insider trading. What was it, Nate? How much did he go from?
He went from 85 grand to 1.2 million
In, like,
in 5 months.
I gotta be honest. I
That's
don't know.
pretty nice.
I don't know how you get caught insider trading. I feel like I could
Well,
insider
by-
trade all day long.
No, by doing that, when someone all of a sudden sees you went from 85
But
to
who?
1.2,
Who sees
the
that?
IRS,
SEC?
SEC.
Then
like,
you gotta
when you-
hide it.
When you're when you're
You got to
filing
get
your taxes
offshore
and you-
accounts.
Yeah.
You got to move your
doubt.
money around.
Learn how to like
Launder that
be
shit.
like
Yeah.
a criminal one time.
Yeah.
I just liked Ian Rappaport was like, it released a statement and said, "Wow." It's like, is this really a big story? I don't know. Is it? I don't care.
He's an idiot. I feel
I
like
don't really care about the linebacker for the Browns doing some insider trading.
No, but again, you know what? It's kind of Robellish. Like when I saw it, because usually like
Nate loved it.
yeah,
Nate
was going
burst
hammer.
into my
He
office.
was going
Like,
hammer
did
time
you
on that.
see this?
Going from 85 grand to 1.2 million. Usually you're supposed to like skim pennies off the top. You do
Yeah.
that in 5 months, you're a fucking moron.
That's just a good investor
Yeah, why can't you just be like, I invest in this?
because it's illegal.
Yeah, but how
get,
do they-
like, insider
like,
tips?
How do they
You
prove
have to be
that?
better at like just being like, I didn't know about it. I just got lucky.
Right, lucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think he's best friends with the guy who like owned the company, so
Well,
that's kind
and
of
then maybe don't be best friends with the
yeah.
guy who owns the
No,
company.
Or
I
at least
agree.
you have someone else invest it.
I
Yeah.
don't even
You
know
get
what
paid
that
for
is.
them.
How's that inside? Like I didn't.
Like if you were to invest in
Like,
some
if I
Rapoli
took-
shit right now.
What?
You yeah.
Yeah.
invest in some Mike Rapoli
What?
shit that like no one else knew about, and
Well,
all of a
if-
sudden you get rich off it. But what you got to do is have like Tommy invest.
But that's
in it,
like if he
gives you that
knows
money
the deal.
back.
Like, hey, I know I'm about to sell some of it to Coke, so you should invest now. Versus,
Yeah.
hey, I think
My company's
Body
great.
Armor is great.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there
invest
probably
in
is
it.
details like
Yeah.
you know that.
All right. Anything else?
We had breaking news from Clem mid-rundown. Not sure anyone cares, but Teddy Bridgewater traded from the Jets to the Saints.
Interesting.
It doesn't say yet.
Oh, so they're going with Darnold.
Probably a mid-round
definitely
draft
going
pick,
Darnold.
but
Yeah.
not officially out.
I feel like they'd grab a semi-decent pick. for
Darnold
that.
was always my guy. He was.
He's got
who
a
I was
big
taking
fucking
first.
head.
Huge head. It's
Big
a
fucking
big
head.
blockhead. Big
Huge head.
blockhead. I don't know how to
Damn,
put a helmet on
OJ's
that
got a
thing.
big fucking head.
He just looks like Sean Astin from Goonies grown up.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Also, a little bit of the guy from Breaking Bad. People say that too.
Jesse
Todd?
Pinkman?
No, not Jesse. You think he looks like Jesse Pinkman?
I don't know.
Todd.
Todd. I could see that too.
A little
His
bit of
big
Todd.
blonde head.
Yeah, kind
Somebody
of got
said
like
he looks
block,
the-
like almost
the-
like a block figure.
Somebody said he looks like the stone heads from Easter Island.
Yeah.
That's what he really
Yeah,
looks like.
yeah.
He's got a big blockhead.
So it's Sam
He's-
Darnold time.
Yes, the Darnold era is here, but he's just so young. And like the Jets are like if things go south, like the Jets can't.
I feel
protect
like
you,
it's like
you
a
know?
Rubik's cube, and we use this, but once you mess it up and start taking, you can never get it back.
Fuck. So it's
Right.
like, do we need to start him right now at the age of like 20, or because once it goes south, the Jets do
ain't-
not know how to
and-
control
right,
that.
And you ain't winning.
Right.
So what's the point?
and you have everyone. talks
The
about
Jets were
McCown.
frisky last year.
I know, but I mean,
Yeah, they
do
were.
You really?
Yeah, they were, Dave.
They're
think that
frisky
they're
bad.
gonna-
They were frisky last year. No, they
They
were frisky.
definitely overachieved
They
last
played.
year.
They played for Todd Bowles last year.
What did they get? 6 wins?
I don't even know, to be honest.
But they-
they were. People were talking about them, being worse.
They
than the
played
Browns
for Todd
last
Yeah,
year,
but
and
but they
end up-
They were
but-
frisky.
but
They
to
were
be-
in my frisky category.
Yeah, but
Yeah, no, I'm telling
Hey,
you,
do
I had my
remember-
rankings.
I mean, they had that
I had
dance
the Jets
party.
in
They
frisky.
had that dance party.
yeah,
That
but
was
would
very
you say
popular.
the Browns are frisky?
No, they won 0 games.
But they were frisky.
no, they were not.
You can't be frisky and
No,
not
they
win
were.
0.
Browns were frisky.
You have to win at least a game.
Dude,
The Browns are frisky.
Didn't the Jets lose by 1 to the Patriots?
Yeah, I mean, they
that's a
always play the
frisky
Jets.
team.
They always
But
play the Jets,
the Browns
Patriots
were
tight.
like in almost every game. and
No,
then
they weren't.
they
Deshaun
were in a
Kaiser
lot.
just threw the
They
ball.
were
You're going
frisky.
to call an 0-16
No.
team frisky?
No.
That's what I'm saying. The Jets didn't have a good win-loss
No,
record.
the Jets
It's
were frisky. The Browns were
significantly
not
better
frisky.
than 0-16.
Listen, the Jets.
I'll
were-
explain to you later. There's a whole
I,
system to frisky.
Don't
There's a-
talk to me like I'm
there's
a
a
fucking
hierarchy.
Well, you
I
just
know
said the
it's
Browns,
frisky.
who went
Browns are
1
frisky.
and 31, that they're frisky. They could be frisky
If you're
this
not
year.
using wins and losses because the Jets didn't have a good win-loss
They
record.
won 5 games.
5-11.
You gotta win. You gotta win.
5-11 is not frisky.
Yes,
wins
it
losses.
is.
A lot friskier
Yes,
than
it is.
0-16.
But
That means you won.
5-11
You won a third of your
5-11
games.
stinks. If you're saying frisky because they play teams sneaky tough,
No, you won a
the
third of
Browns
your
did
games.
too,
That's
even though they
frisky.
didn't win.
That's frisky. You
There's
can't.
levels
If you
to this
lose,
shit,
if you have to win at least.
It's not a
4
black and white thing.
I think 5 is actually the point you have to get to get frisky.
No,
Yeah.
That's the
5-11 is
definition
not
of frisky.
6-8
They were-
is frisky.
They were outscored by 84 points.
Yeah, that's a frisky team. That's a
Dolphins were
frisky-
outscored by 110. Bills 57.
What about the
All right.
Browns? What about the Browns?
Browns? Give me a second.
Come on, Tommy.
Browns went to 2017 standings.
Come on,
Tommy, this
you
was-
filled one fucking piece.
We lost all the
You can't even
momentum.
do the rundown.
Forget it.
The whole bit's
Forget it.
over.
All right,
Yeah.
second rundown.
It's just come on.
I don't like
Like
this.
this is.
That was a frisky
I
segment
got
until
the
you
Browns.
fucked
I
it
got
up.
Okay,
the
give
Browns.
it to us.
234
That's
points.
not frisky.
Yeah, I mean,
Come on.
no.
That's not frisky, Dave.
230.
They weren't close in games.
176. They were outscored.
Come on.
That's terrible.
Browns are what?
Outscored by 100.
So an average of
Versus
10
84, whatever?
over
they
double
won the
digits.
game.
They lost.
Yeah, but they had some.
You can't be
absolute
frisky if you're
blowouts.
getting
Yeah, but
blown
that's
the
the
fuck
thing.
Tell me
out.
what
The
frisky
Jets.
is.
You don't
the
know what
Browns-
frisky is.
No, you
Frisky
don't know.
versus
Do you
know
know
what frisky
frisky
means?
means? No,
Browns
they
are
were
frisky.
not.
I don't even
Do I
know
know
what
what
frisky
frisky
means.
means?
Clearly
Frisky
not.
I absolutely know
What
what
is the
frisky
definition
Yeah,
of
but they
frisky?
always throw into
What is the
such a
definition
They
of
were
frisky?
going in like 5
No.
times. He throw
What were the Browns against the
They're frisky.
spread?
I watched the game.
I don't think you know the
Pulling it
word
up.
frisky
Kevin,
means.
trust me. Nobody knows frisky more than
No,
me.
Clearly,
yeah,
clearly
no.
two
Yeah,
people.
I do.
Yeah,
At least
I
two
know a
people
lot
know what
more.
frisky means more than you.
What they were against.
Oh, there we go, Tommy. Thank you.
No, but they always
I bet
blew
on
it
them.
at the
They
end.
lost
You don't
every
think I
fucking
bet
time.
on them, Dan?
Dude, what was it? What were they?
4 and 12.
4 and 12 against the spread. They were not frisky.
What?
You have to cover the spread to be
They,
frisky.
no,
Dave.
you can be
They-
close
no,
to the
that
spread.
might be
That's
the
why
least
they go
frisky
down.
they've
It's like,
ever
why
heard.
are the Browns
14,
underdog?
dude.
Only
The
by
spread
like 3
was- they
because
were
they're
like
frisky.
17
Get the
point
Browns
dogs
guy
at
on
home.
there who works here.
This is ridiculous. They were the least frisky team.
He's not even gonna call
Get
him
the
frisky.
fuck
He
out
Were
of
the
knows.
here.
Browns sneaky like in games till
No.
the end?
Sneaky? I mean, they lost a lot of games by a few.
No, they
Yeah,
were
exactly. That's frisky.
Would
They
you
were
call
not
them
in
frisky?
games.
cover. They did never cover.
But didn't it always look like they were and then they'd implode?
yeah, because Hugh was terrible.
Yes.
Would you call them frisky or not?
Versus the spread, they were frisky. The Browns
Yeah, look at
weren't
that
a
face.
layover.
Look at that face.
Well,
When you
they didn't
look
win
at
a
the-
game.
The spread, maybe not. But
5-11 is you can't. All right, my point is this:
That is
if you're
the
going to say
definition-
the Jets
5-11
are
is
frisky
perfectly
because
frisky.
win losses don't matter. You have to be 6-8 to be frisky in the win loss category. 5-11 is not frisky. Jets
6
stink.
and 8 is this
They're frisky this
random
year, though.
number
They
he's
were
throwing out.
Frisky is 6 and 8.
I will
Why do you
give
keep
you
saying 6 and 8?
I will
What about
give
the
you
2 games?
I will give you that they were
6 and 8 is
I'll
not-
give you that they were somewhat frisky in September, but they lost all friskiness after
No,
that.
no, 6 and 10
and 10.
is frisky.
5-11 is frisky.
No, it isn't.
So then how is 0? How is
Big
0
difference.
16
Zero
frisky
wins
then?
frisky.
If you have to be
because
6 and 10,
that was my whole point. When he says frisky at 5 and 11, the Browns were frisky at 0 and 16.
No,
you just said that 6 and 10 is frisky.
I'm saying if you're going
So then
by
how
that, it's not wins and losses. How stupid are you people?
You just said it was 6 and 10.
You are talking in circles.
You just went in a big circle because you realize how
Putting this
stupid
back
you are.
on now.
The Browns were frisky in September for a couple games. They got unfrisky for the rest of the season.
On my point,
They were not a
if you're
frisky
gonna say
team.
the Jets are, I just broke this. If you're going to say the Jets are frisky, then you could argue the Browns are. I don't think either of them are frisky because you got to be 6 and 10 to be frisky.
No, the Jets were frisky last year. They were playing for
were.
Todd Bowles. They were.
The Jets were
They
not
were playing for Todd Bowles last
absolutely
year.
overachieved when nobody thought they would. Yes, they did.
But that's because they had that 1 year, his first year, and everyone's like, oh, the Jets are gonna be good. They're
People
horrible,
were talking
and then
about
their
them
back
being
seawater always finds its
historically
level.
bad last year.
No, it's water always finds its level.
Well, seawater is the same thing. It's both water.
The Jets were frisky.
Jets were not frisky.
The Jets got frisky. The Browns
Six-
were frisky and lost their friskiness.
So you gotta be 6 and 10. You can't have it both ways. That's my point. Neither of them were frisky.
No, the Jets were frisky.
Well, then so were the Browns.
I'm looking at them. They were frisky.
You just talked in all sorts of circles.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, the entire beginning argument was that the Browns are frisky, and then all of a sudden you finished saying 6 and 10 is frisky.
I said
All over the map.
Jets were not frisky. If you're gonna say
But they
they're
were.
frisky, then the Browns
But your
are frisky.
bias is showing. They were frisky.
Bias against who?
You think the Jets stink all the time? They were frisky. They were a frisky team.
I like Todd Bowles. I said Sam Darnold's my quarterback.
They were a frisky team. Yes.